Hello there everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Wayback Tech. I just wanted to show this motherboard off a little bit here before I go ahead and sell it on eBay. This is arguably the best socket 7 motherboard that was ever made. This is an FIC PA-2013, and a lot of people back in the day really raved about this motherboard. And the reason that I wanted to do this video real quick is because if you like doing vintage computers, you'll know that finding certain components can be, well, shall we say, a bit challenging, especially if you're looking at baby AT era stuff. Those cases are damn near impossible to find anymore. So something like this is actually a very good thing to find, because this is a standard ATX motherboard with standard ATX pinout of the ports back there. It does have 2 USB ports, although these are going to be USB 1.1 slots, so pretty much worthless if you're running anything less than Windows XP on something like this, except for maybe keyboard and mouse. But you know, Windows 98 and Millennium and even 2000 don't really recognize thumb drives. They need drivers for those thumb drives, so again, like I say, it's pretty much worthless other than for a keyboard and mouse. Maybe if you've got a USB zip drive or something like that that you actually have drivers for, that would be fine. Like I said, this is a perfect example of something that would be great for a modern era, because you could put this into a standard ATX case with a standard ATX power supply, whatever the cheapest power supply you can possibly find is. Or, you know, if you want to, you know, be a little bit more protective of such vintage equipment, you might want to pop for a little bit better quality power supply. But, you know, something in a 200, 300, you know, watt is going to be more than adequate for something like this. This motherboard will support up to a K63. Put your speed here, it'll support it. So, you know, this is definitely the creme de la creme, shall we say, of socket 7 Super 7 motherboards. Right now it's got a K62 350 in it, and that's the way I'm going to sell it. I'm also going to sell it with the 128 meg of RAM that I've got in it right now, and an ATI Rage 128 and an AUS 64. I think that'll be a good combination for anyone who wants to wants to build a retro computer from scratch. What's nice about this too is, being that it's a socket 7, you could run anything from a Pentium 75 all the way up to, like I said, a K63 500, 550. I can't remember what they topped out at. You could run any Celeron socket. I'm getting my words messed up here, folks. Cyrix socket 7 processor. There we go. And any of the Intel MMX chips. This will support everything socket 7 wise. And like I said, you can put it into a standard ATX chassis of your choice. We do have primary and secondary IDE ports, as well as a floppy drive. Of course, nowadays, finding IDE hard drives, again, that's getting to be kind of hard to find too, but not as hard to find as, say, a motherboard like this. So again, this is an FIC motherboard. It's got 1 meg of L2 cache on it. Basically, this is the exact same motherboard in every respect as the FIC 503 Plus board, which I have or had. I think I still have that board, and if I do, I might do a video on it. But basically, that is the baby AT style version of this motherboard. So both of them support identical processors and things like that. The FIC 503 Plus does have the advantage of having an ATX connector on it as well, so you could put it into a ATX chassis and have an ATX power supply. But again, modern cases don't have provisions on the back for the baby AT style motherboard. Cases back in the day, ATX cases did. They'd have a blank out slot there that you could swap out for either baby AT or ATX. But long gone are the days of mounting an baby AT motherboard into a ATX chassis correctly. I'm not even sure if the holes are there anymore on ATX cases anymore for those things. But Anyway, this is just a quick overview of this motherboard. You know, it's performance-wise, it's going to be about the same as any K6, K6-2 motherboard with the VIA chipset on it, 586 chipset on it. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of that before I go ahead and sell it. So hopefully this gives you guys kind of an idea if you're looking to build a retro computer, especially Socket 7 era type stuff. This is a good one to try to find. So anyway, take care everyone. Peace out.